Okay, I had a really hard time with this stitch, and even though there was a picture tutorial, I wasn't really able. It took me a while to figure it out. I mean, eventually I did figure it out, obviously, but it took me a while, and I looked for a tutorial on YouTube and I never found one, so I thought maybe I would try and do one myself, but I've never done this, so I'm sorry for all the mistakes I'm going to make. I'm sure there will be some. Okay, so this is the woven crosshatch texture, and you're basically doing double crochets forwards and backwards, and the position of how you insert your hook into the front post double crochet, that's what's making the waffle pattern. So this is where my stitch is. I don't know if you can see it here, and the pattern says to skip 2. Okay, and right now this would be like row 12 in the pattern, and what you do is you're doing a front post double crochet, and I'm sorry, I'm doing this sort of through the iPod, and I don't know if I'm keeping it in frame or what, but I'll do my best. So you're doing the front post double crochet, and this is the beginning of row 12, so you're skipping 2 stitches. Let's pretend we're starting a row and you have your chain up 2. Skip 2 stitches, doing a front post double crochet in this stitch. And sometimes it helps to sort of, here's the top of the material. Once I get my post in, sometimes it's been helping me to sort of fold over the material. You do your double crochet. Okay, and I'm sorry, I'm getting off camera here. So in row 12 you are doing another double crochet, so you've done the one over here after you skipped 2. You're doing another double crochet in this one here. Okay, and you got to make sure that you're going in front of this one you just did. And sometimes it helps to sort of sweep your hook down and behind and then pull it up. So I'm pulling it up. Do your other double crochet. And this one's been tricky enough that I've had to sort of sweet talk my hook all the way through. I don't know if another hook would have been better. Okay, I see it, I just pulled it out. So we'll do that again. Doing my yarn over, and I'm not crocheting as smoothly as I usually do because I'm trying to do this through the camera. Get your stitch, so you're sort of sweeping behind this one to pick up that one, pull it to the front. Again, I'm folding a little bit to try and get a good angle on that post. And of the 2 rows, 12 is easier than 13. You get to 13 and you've got to sort of go in behind, and it's a little more difficult. Okay, so I'm going to hopefully keep this on camera. Go to the end of the row, if I can get there, and show you what 13 looks like too, because it's slightly different. And I'm sorry that I'm slow. I'm trying to do this on camera, and I've never done it, and it's awkward. I'm sweeping behind and pulling that up, doing my double crochet, and sometimes I don't know why, if it's just because this is a boy style hook, if that's why it's giving me trouble, if a different kind of throat hook would be better or not. Okay, so make sure your hook, I'll show you again, make sure your hook is coming in front of that post. You're going to pick up the post behind, pull it up there, do your double, and again, I'm sorry if this gets off camera while I'm doing my stitches. Next one. Pulling that one up. Okay. Hopefully I don't knock stuff over here. Okay, so we're coming up to the next row. I don't know if you can see that. So we're coming up. This is my chain up from the row before. Okay. This is going to be the last stitch for the row that I'm doing right now. The last set of 2 stitches, sorry. So that's the front cross one. Do your double stitch into that. Okay, and then we gotta get this one and pull it up. And this one's a little bit tricky when you get to the end because there's that chain up and sometimes your hook gets caught on the 2 chain stitches up. Oops. Okay, so that was the end. Now we need to join our row, but I just want to show you the fabric. I don't know if you can see. You can see we're making this pattern of it going under and over and under. So once you get a couple rows, you should start to see that pattern. If you mess up on positioning your stitches when you're doing the double crochets, the front post double crochet, you'll see a change in the pattern. So it won't look like this, obviously. Okay, so here's my chain up. There. See if you can see it. This is a double crochet going this way, and there's another one behind it. We want, that's my chain up there, you can see my fingers on it. You want to get to the top of that. Do your slip stitch to join. Chain up. Sorry, my white background is slipping. Chain up. I was trying to make a clean background so it'd be easier to see what I was doing, but maybe I was trying too hard. Okay, so we've done our chain up. I've got my yarn over, so I'm ready to do my next double crochet. So we're skipping 2, 1, 2. See, there's 1 stitch there, and the other one behind it, right there, 1, 2, and we're going to try and get this stitch right here. So see this double crochet that's going behind? That's the one you're going to try and get on your hook. You got to do a front double post on that one. And what I've been doing is I've been sort of using my hook to pull it over and out in front and pushing this one back and behind so I can work with that stitch right there. So do your double crochet. Again, I'm sorry if I keep getting off camera. Yarn over. Now, this time you want to go behind this loop. Before we were going in front. Now you need to go behind, but, and I've been using my finger to sort of hold my yarn right there so I can get my hook behind, and then you've got to do a front double post on this stitch right there, okay? But you have to keep this one behind it, so I kind of pull this one down with my fingers. Well, it's really tricky, and I switch my style to knife sometimes if it gives me a better angle on that stitch. So I'm pulling behind, that's my double crochet, I'm pulling behind to pull up a loop, and do my pull through 2 loops, pull through the next loop to do your double crochet. Okay? And if you pull this, straighten it up, you can see we've made the next overcross and the undercross. So that's why you're kind of going behind it, connecting right here, okay, to make that pattern. And this is our chain up right here. That kind of gets lost in the fabric once you come around. So I think I'll do a couple more to show. Hopefully it will show. So this is the stitch we were working on, this sort of set of X's. So we're going to skip one. You're passing over that one. So again, here I am. I'm going in behind and trying to pick up that double crochet that's behind so I can do the post around that one. Okay. And you can kind of get into a rhythm of it, but it's awkward. It took me a long time, and every time I set this thing down to try to do it again, I had to get back into it. I think this hat's probably going to take me like forever to do. Okay, so I've done that one. Yarn over. Go in behind. Pick up this one here. Okay? So I'll show you that again. So we did our double crochet on that one. I did my yarn over. I'm holding it with my finger, sweeping behind to get that one, pulling it up to the front so I can like work with it because it's really awkward. Okay. And pulling past the front post, doing my 2 for the double crochet, yarn over, pull through the last 2, yarn over, keep going. So it's kind of awkward because when you're doing these crisscrosses, it tends to want to hide behind the other one. I'm going to show you one more thing. I'm going to finish this stitch and then I'm going to show you one more thing. And like I said, I've been switching to the holding my crochet and the knife method instead of pencil because I found it gave me a better angle, and my my backdrop is dropping again. Okay. So I'm just gonna pull my hoop out for a second here and see if I can show you this. When you're working with this, it will curl over. Okay, and it almost makes like a ridge, okay? So it wants to curl over on itself because of the way that it is. And it's okay, once you do the next round, it pulls itself up so the inside of the hat looks ribbed. You can kind of see that. And, you know, one way you can double check to make sure you're going in the right direction, putting the double crochets in the right way, is that you can sort of pull it up and look at the pattern, and you should be able, it should look like it's weaving over, under, right? And same in the other direction, over, under, under. And that's the illusion when you're doing the around the post, like crocheting around the posts. That's the illusion that comes out. I know a lot of people know that, but if you're new to crocheting, you might not know that. Anyway, so yeah, you keep going all the way around. This is going to be my last round. I think I have enough. I'm going to have to try it on. Sorry. Maybe the background idea did not work out. So the tab of the hat's, you know, it's plainer, and then it moves into the weave. So I'm hoping that that's big enough. I'm going to have to try it on. I might have to do 1 or 2 more rounds to get it to that point, but I really like the texture of it, but yeah, it's a pain. Huge pain. Okay, well, I'm gonna see how this works. Maybe this will help somebody else. I know I was kind of wishing for a video tutorial when I was trying to do this, so maybe it would help someone else.